streaming. Tell me if you see the stream. Cool. Alright, so I'm just doing these drills. I've done them before, but do them again. Like I said, it was pretty cool because I got Coco to work, and I'm super happy that I got it to work. Alright. Can you see? Alright, so I already did the first drill. Basically, you have to write a function called makeList that takes 3 arguments and returns an array containing the 3 items. So I don't know why they use arguments and parameters interchangeably. I didn't think they were the same thing. Apparently they are. Alright, let's do this next one. So I'm just pasting this in here because it has tests that are built. I don't have to do unit testing, so I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to understand what's down there. So just write a function called add to list, which is this. I can rewrite it myself. Function add to list. What accepts list and item as arguments. List item. Those are the arguments. What does it do? It returns an array with the item added to the end. So return an item. Returns the array with the item added to the end. So list dot push item. Oh no. List, and it should say, see, success, add to list works, so that means that my code is correct. But if I remove this, it's not working. Maybe that works. That's how I know it's right. Next drill is accessing array items. Oh, shoot. Alright. Complete this drill, you need to implement 2 functions, access first item and access third item. Both functions should take a single argument. An array of values called array. There it is. It should return the first item in the array and a third item in the array. Alright. Oops. What? Should take the first item in the array. What is that? No, not array buffer. Accessing by index. Oh. Ah, come on. So what I'm doing is returning a value means that it tells the function to push out whatever it's returning. So if I didn't do that, then the array would it's just there. So the function isn't saying, oh, hey, I'm pushing this out. That's why it's not passing. Like, it's there, right? Like, the statement is there, but the only way you'd see it is if, for example, say I had an array with, I don't know, 4 things in it. Right? So I have this array, it has 4 things in it. This function basically just says return an array, which is like the argument is array. So whatever the user pushes will be considered the array. Let me put this up here. Oops. So to have a function work, you have to call it. So its name is this, right? And then now this parameter is whatever the person is going to put in here. So it's going to be an array, right? So for example, oh, and just so you understand, the way arrays are counted is it starts at 0, and that's known as their, like, it's their index number. It's the place where they are in the array. So this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. So if I wanted this function to give me, or if I wanted to, if I wanted it to give me the 3rd value in this array, it would be 2, right? Even though there's 4 numbers in here, or 4 elements in here, its index value is always -1 because you start counting from 0. So this number 2 is going to give me 0, 1, 2. So it should give me 3, right? So if I ran this, if I log it out to the console and I call the array and I say I'm going to put an array in here, which is this, my array, it should, oh, ugh, my eye is burning, should give me, oh, it's not returning it. Because it says undefined. It's because it's not returning the value. So if I do this, oops, there we go. Now it'll do it. So that's interesting that works like that. So now that it's being returned, it's actually spitting out this value. But if I did this, see how it says undefined down here, right? But if I do .log here, can I? No, I don't think that'll work. I still got a long way to go. Console.log. Okay, yeah, that's console.log. Okay. I wonder if I did this. Array is not defined. Oh, I don't know. Weird functionality here. Kind of get it. And I want to return the second element. No, I want to return the third element in the array. Yeah. First. Welcome back. Computer's pooping itself. It's because I have so many tabs open, I guess. Okay, so I've done these drills. They're done. Array methods and anonymous functions. Pop. Recopying. Okay. You need to write two functions. Fix 4 items. Oh, first 4 items and last 3 items. Both functions should take a single argument. An array of values called array. They do. You can assume that array includes at least 2 values, but may include more. Okay. So the array has at least 2 things in it. First 4 items should return a new array that copies the first 4 items to the array. Return. Can't remember the method. Is it pop? So we're trying to copy the first 4 items in the array. This removes shift, terms, slice, increasing arguments. The entirety of the original array will be copied. Yeah, okay. So once at least the first 4 items, so to begin at 0 and end minus 2. Copies the first 4. Oh. There we go. That's 3. Okay, so the first one's done. Second drill. Both functions will take an argument. So we're trying to array that copies all but the last item in the array. Still working with slice. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. Minus last item should return a new array that copies all but the last item in the array. What? There we go. So it starts at 0, and it wants all of them except for the last one. So the full length minus 1. There we go. There we go. Return array dot slice. Should copy it. Should return a new array that copies the first half of the array. 0, array dot length divided by 2 there, where that goes. I should probably be saving these, but whatever. Still there? Oops. Write a function called squares that takes a single argument. An array of values called array function should return a new array with the square of each value from the original array. And I gotta use the dot map method. I need an anonymous function here. Here we go. Can I just use... Should use the map method. So I can do this one of two ways. Oops. Oops. And there we go, it works. Or I can do it this way with an arrow function. There we go, see, it passes. Okay. Sort. Function greatest to least. Okay, I need a function for this. Same thing. That was pretty easy. See what that's doing? It's pretty cool, huh? So I made a function to check if a number is divisible by 5. So this is known as a modulo. I don't know how to pronounce it, modulo. And what it does is it basically takes the number and how can I explain it? I know this statement means check if the number is divisible by 5, and if it gives okay, so it's like a remainder. There it is. So this checks if a number's remainder is divisible by 5, and if it gives a remainder of 1, then it's not divisible by 5. But if it gives a remainder of 0, then it is divisible by 5, because this is strictly equal. Huh? Yeah. So, because this function is supposed to check if, or it's supposed to return an array of numbers, or not numbers. It's supposed to return an array of words that are less than 5. So this is the right function. I don't know why it's not passing that test. Number, because see, this function is even. Same thing, num mod 2. It's checking if the number is divisible by 2. Like if it doesn't put off that one remainder, then it's divisible by 2. What it does is it filter. My nums.filter is even. Oh, okay. Yeah, that still should work. Still not passing. Turn on 5. So if we assume we had a array that has this, is this oh, because this is numbers and it's looking for words. No, that's not right. Shouldn't need that. The filter method creates a new array with all elements that pass the test implemented by the provided function. Forward go. Words.filter. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Return array dot filter Ooh. Oh. I got greater than mixed up with less than for a second. Wait, didn't I just write a function as divisible file? I did. This function should return the first value in the array that is divisible by 5. If no values are divisible by 5, it should return undefined. To complete this drill, you need to use the array.find method. That was easy. Let's check and see if that's right. I mean, they could be written in different ways, but let's just see. Man, this thing is lagging today. Return, yep. He just wrote the function differently, but mine uses less. Space. All right, now it's 10 o'clock. I'm tired, so I'm gonna stop for tonight.